Okay, neon update, because why not? So here I have the Daytona wheel. Didn't start to air it up yet, but you can see it's not on the bead. What I did was I flipped the tire. It always wears the inside of the tire. I'll show you the problem in a second on the car. But anyway, it wears the inside of the tire, and these are really old crappy tires, by the way. But anyway, I'm just flipping them over so I can, wear this side now. And since this side has a little bit of meat left on it, it won't be, it'll be a while before it gets to the, the cords in the tire. So anyway, what I did was I took a red marker, and I know it's not perfect. I kind of missed it up there or whatever. So anyway, this is actually kind of off. Anyway, I got it lined up, and I made basically little dots going all the way across. And so I got it pretty much, to the opposite side. That doesn't, mean it's aligned at all, or going to be balanced rather. But I just did that to hopefully kind of have some sort of balance in the tires. So anyway, this car has been chewing up tires left and right. So my solution to that is taking the tires and flipping them. It's leaking. I think the back didn't pop into it. It's gonna pop. These Firestones are some meaty ones, and I've taken lots of tires off rims, and these Firestones, you don't even have to light them on fire. They pretty much just instantly hook up. You don't have to do that. You just put air in them, and they'll pop back on the bead for you. But Firestone's not exactly cheap either, so you know what, that's good enough for me. 32 to 35, 33, it's all right. Well, this is where's the date code? Oh, well, I flipped it, so it's on the inside now. 2014 Firestone Infinity Touring. The other two were on the back of the car, and they were 2009 Firestone Infinity Tourings. So anyway, now you can see you got this beautiful tire flipped here. Seems to be good. So what we're going to do is put a valve stem cap in, and I'll show you what's going on in the other garage. I'll probably end up messing with that later because it's cross-threading the cap. Got it. And then we'll just squeeze it through here. Why? Well, it's going to go in the trunk of the car. It's not going on the car yet. Not yet. It's not this tire's time yet. The box is about to slide off. We got a bunch of crap in here. It's Dodge Neon door panels. And a random PA cabinet speaker. Okay. Over here to where our workstation is. Now the tire keeps trying to fall because, again, there's no meat left on the side, so it's all, leaning this way, so it wants to fall. Anyway, this tire's gonna go in the trunk of the car as my spare, since I don't trust the 20-year-old spare tire. And eventually it'll make its way on the car. So anyway, right now we're about to do an oil change. It hasn't had an oil change in forever. You see the oil's like dark black. There you go. Yeah, way overdue. But it just burns all the oil out. So I've just been adding oil pretty much the entire time. So anyway, I have done oil changes. I'm just saying it's been a while. And it just burns it all out. So anyhow, here is the other tire I flipped. It's a Maxxis. It's got no meat here and meat on the inside. Again, I took the tire and I flipped it. And now it'll wear the inside out like this car keeps doing. Same with the driver's side. It's not as bad. but it keeps doing that. I took the adjustable one off and I put on a non-adjustable on this side, try to get the alignment back, the original way. But now it looks like the tire's leaning like that, so it looks like it's just gonna immediately wear the inside. I don't know. This car was in a bad wreck years ago. The underside's not very pretty. So I've been trying to deal with that, but even the previous owner of it wasn't having the best luck with tires. Now, of course, the back of the car doesn't do anything. Just rolls on them. It's a front-wheel drive car. And these back here, again, the suspension back here is it's not affected one bit, so these tires don't get any wear and tear. I mean, they do. They just roll, though. They just follow along. These are the main drive wheels, of course. They drive and turn, so, it's extra wear and tear. But yeah, the whole front suspension's all messed up. And it may look okay from the top. You can see a ding there and a ding up there. These doors look good and pretty, and, what's wrong with it? Well, you see the bottom of the door there? A little gap, and there's like a line going up. Well, first of all, these doors are not original. See that clear coat flake in there? And then see how this is like perfect? And see how this is all perfect? Perfect and clean and minty, and then you start coming back here and you can see some cracking in that clear coat, more cracking in the clear coat, and that's perfect again. Well, it's not perfect, it's all scratched up, but both of these doors are from the junkyard. So, yeah, I have pictures of it. It's not good. This is our problem. It gets a lot worse than that. I can't get under it. But, here's the thing. This wheel, I know it may not look like it, but this is the thing. These Daytona wheels, I put them on my green car, my green Neon, exact same, it's a 99 Espresso. Anyway, same subframe, same body, all this, same exact body style as first gen. But I put them on the first gen first over there, my green one, and they didn't have any issue. They didn't rub. You would turn the wheel as far as you want. They did not rub. They wouldn't do anything. They were perfectly normal and fine. Had absolutely no issue driving on those wheels. It didn't rub on anything, and yeah, it wore evenly because, again, that car doesn't have an alignment problem. Anyway, this one, well. I got some new rims for that other car, and I was like, this car over here, I bought it, and I didn't have it terribly long, but it needed some tires. I'm like, the tires are worn all unevenly, and I didn't think too much of it. I just tossed on these Daytona wheels. Well, pretty much immediately I noticed it started rubbing when I would turn the wheel really hard, go over a bump every now and then, you'd hear something weird. Yeah, it rubs up here. It wears on the inside of this. It's hard to see, but I mean, it's worn a notch into that, and it's completely like rounded that thing off, that nub, that little push pin. So anyway, here's the crazy part. I started looking around at that point, and they're bigger wheels as they are, and again, that car didn't rub at all. This one, I measured. Up here, when you have those bigger wheels on, it's more obvious, but yeah, this wheel is pushed up. This wheel is pulled back. It may look pretty normal here, but I measured it, and on the green car, it's perfect. This one, it's, and again, this is up, that one's back, and then yeah, it wears tires all unevenly, especially the passenger front one for some reason. And I've been trying to adjust it for a long time now. All four struts are blown, so I put some different shocks on it, and well, they're still pretty garbagey. And again, the front ones I've been experimenting. I got an AST up here and then an FCS on the other side. It's an FCS there. I just took it off trying to put on an AST, so maybe that non-adjustable one would be better. No. It's just all messed up. Anyway, we're gonna do an oil change, get that done, and then that Firestone tire I just brought in here is going to be put in the trunk, like I said, as a spare. And then eventually, once I get a flat, or if I start seeing belts, I'll put it on the car, and I'll go get the other tire from the garage, and then it'll still have a spare Daytona in the trunk. So on the front, it'll have a replacement. Now the back, I guess technically wouldn't, but you know, there's no diff or anything like that. I mean, obviously, again, it's front wheel drive. These wheels just roll like a trailer. So it doesn't really matter if I put a bigger one on the back over here. So if I get a flat on the rear for some reason, I'll just throw in the Daytona because it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anything back there, not to my knowledge. Only getting it back home so I can figure out what I'm going to do with tires. But anyway, yeah. So then there's the other Daytona wheel. Well, it's right here. This is our other one. This one has a bad tire because, again, the car keeps eating tires. So this one's bad. So what we're going to do is use my bead breaker. Yeah, my bead breaker. This is a pretty expensive bead breaker. It's a 04 Ram SLT. It's not a Laramie. Pretty nice truck, you know. Pretty nice bead breaker. This is one of the top of the lines, you know what I'm saying? You get your lovely 2x4 that you put right up here into the hitch, and got the cardboard here so you don't scratch the front of your rim when you lay it down on the ground. Got our jack under the diff, and it got some chocks under the front wheels. Then you just jack it up, put that right on the edge, you know, the bead of the tire, and then you drop it down, drop the jack, and it'll pop off the front and the back. And then you take your lovely pry tools and you peel this crap off. And I can, in this case, instead of flipping the tire, I don't have to be careful with this one, which is nice. I can put some anger in it, you know what I mean? I can just rip this stupid tire off and then take a razor knife and cut it up. So anyway, isn't this here kind of fun? I mean, this is what I'm doing, you know? This is my fun right here. $400 Dodge Neon and a $800 Dodge Ram, and the green one was actually more expensive, but yeah, $800 Ram. Well, it was kind of like a family deal. I knew the person who had it. It was my manager. He just didn't want it anymore, so. But it's been nothing but a fantastic truck, seriously. It needed ball joints. That's it. It needed ball joints, and it had a lot of cosmetic damage, so it's been fixed. The front end was all messed up. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I could start talking forever. It's all cleaned up. The only ding it has is by the back door, so. Anyhow, what a lovely car. Get that super black oil drained out of it that keeps leaking everywhere. And yeah, this car is kicking the bucket. At least the engine is, but it's got metal shavings in it. Yeah. It wasn't too bad, but I think it had a few last time. Nothing too great. I mean, obviously metal shavings are nothing you want to see anyway, but and the radiator's broken, so I tried to seal that. And then when I did that, some gasket sealer, because you know it's what I had, it started leaking out of here, oozing out of here and back here. Started leaking down, and I'm like, it's not leaking here, it's all dry. And so yeah, the whole radiator's blown. I think the car overheated, but the temp gauge didn't work, so again, this car is just falling apart. The best thing about this car is the paint. Seriously. I mean, it's got minty paint, and that's the best thing about this car. There's nothing better about this car than the paint. The green one has been, I mean, it's had a few problems here and there, but the green one's been a good car. The Ram's been a good truck, but this car with the nicest paint. The Ram is nice, but again, the paint on the roof is getting just a light haziness to it. The green car, the paint was just coming off big time. And this one, oh, I mean, you know, garage kept. Perfect paint. Look at that rubber trim. I mean, it's dirty, but nice and black. Pretty. That figures. The worst car with the worst mechanical damage is the $400 pile of crap with perfect paint. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and knock this crap out so I can go in the house and sleep, because I don't know, won't sleep. Anyway, watch YouTube for the rest of the night because I don't feel like doing anything else after this. Anyway. Somebody's riding an e-bike down the street, blasting music. Anyway. Yeah, mileage. It's 125,000. I put 14,000 miles in the car since I've owned it. So take that into consideration. Also, you may have noticed. It used to have a voltage drain, but apparently it was the crappy Sony head unit I had. So I tossed in an old Pioneer I had, and the electrical drain stopped. So I just left that on there. I need to take it off. But I just haven't gotten to it. I should, while I have the hood up and some tools out. Anyway. So yeah, this tire's been leaning this way. So anyway, we're gonna figure out this whole situation, or at least make it better than it was, and just keep driving it until the car explodes, and or maybe gets hit. And I used to have a subwoofer. I don't anymore. But anyway, I added that. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to destroying this car some more.